Welcome to Wahala Be Like on the award-winning online channel Click Ninja. My name is Elizabeth Ereke, your host. Not alone in the studio as usual, I have Choice Okosun and Leona Ahumareze, who will be part of our discussion today. And do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Click Ninja. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Click Ninja 1. Wahala Be Like is that program where we discuss trending issues in and around Nigeria. And today we'll be looking into the death of the Nigerian Army Lieutenant Dr. Haruna Samson, who was allegedly burnt to death by his wife. We'll also look into the jungle justice system in the country, as well as treatment from caregivers in preschools, primary schools, even up until secondary school. On the 22nd of September 2025, tragedy struck in Calabar as Lieutenant Samson Haruna, the regimental medical officer of 6th Battalion, died from severe burns sustained from his wife, allegedly. Different stories have been making round on this story. The Nigerian Army has come out to say that investigations are ongoing. But before then, we read from one of the family members that the incident that led to his death was as a result of a family issue between him, that is Samson Haruna, and his wife, after the wife found a message from another girl and suspected her husband of cheating. According to the relative, he was burnt to death while he was asleep. However, he didn't die on the 22nd. He finally succumbed to his burns on the 7th of October 2025. I worry because this is not the first time we're hearing of this kind of things happening. What happened to walking away if this woman was no longer comfortable with living with this man? And the sad part of the story is that they got married in April, so they are barely 5 months into this marriage. What is the extent of the officer's offense that has led her to allegedly set him ablaze?
This is so sad. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
So, no matter the situation, this violence shouldn't be the solution to such a thing. So, we need to be careful and know how to manage our anger, because if anger is being mismanaged, it may cause so many lives, and which is not good. Because when you let anger take charge over your life, at the end of the whole day, you will regret. Why wouldn't I would have done this, or I would have done that.
Narration online says she is not guilty, that he was the one that held the lighter. They had petrol at home and he held the lighter when they were having that heated argument and he set them ablaze. So a lot of stories are coming up. I said this because you were saying she should, anger and regrets.
The story you just narrated, now, I know we've read so many stories concerning this particular issue.
Yeah.
But the truth is that there is no way the woman will come out and tell you that this is exactly what happened.
Because they know they talk.
Because it's only God in this situation, and it's only God that knows exactly what happened. So the woman is just trying to figure out means to just be free.
Some reasons, some peer reasons, because they just feel, I don't want to clock 30 before I get married. And they fail to understand that no matter how long, even if they are dated for like 3 months, don't tell me both of them would have noticed one thing. It's like my kids will always say, they will come home and tell you, Mommy, this girl has anger issue. Everyone has one trait or the other you can manage and not manage.
But when it comes to marriage, some people can pretend.
Yes, they can pretend. But at the same time, because now we don't even know the truth, like Leona would say, it's only God that knows. But before this time, I guess they always had that problem. It's obvious maybe they were keeping it to themselves. They didn't want to open up that this was what they were going through. And you know, for some certain people, they prefer to keep it to themselves. And meanwhile, inside of them, their hearts are grievous. You understand? So people don't say their mind, don't say anything. But whatever they want, like they'll tell you, a woman's heart is so deep that even if you wrong a woman, she can come. There's this phrase, I don't know if I'm getting it right. There is this, no matter what you do to a woman, she might not come up openly to tell you this is what you have done, but she has it deep down in her heart.
But if you want to check statistics, in Nigeria now, women are becoming bolder to talk about their challenges in marriages or in relationships. You see women walking out of marriage because
Yes.
we've gone past that line
You
of
talked about
I will be
Yes,
judged. So
yes.
why didn't she just walk away?
Walking out of
Why didn't the man too walk away?
Walking out of marriage is not a big deal.
It must not even be walking
Yeah,
out of
because even
marriage. In the
even-
heat of the argument, one of them should have walked away.
But nobody knows the
This-
time it happened. What time of the day it happened.
Well, you know, by the
Don't forget, some of the stories said the man was sleeping when the wife got him born.
the story said
That story is not
And
true.
I said
Too many
not
things.
true.
like I said earlier, the woman's story is just trying to figure out how she will vindicate herself.
But this for me,
And there is one lesson that we need to learn, especially women need to learn, and when it comes to this marriage issue, before you made up your mind that you want to go into marriage, you have to take a decision, decide on your own, because this marriage is an institution. It's a very big institution that you won't graduate till the end, till death, you know? Yes,
Okay.
till death. That's what the
can
That's what the
graduate
Bible
to.
says. You will
That's what the
graduate when
Bible
it
says,
comes
but
like a bone on your throat.
thank you very much.
You will graduate.
You will just
I can raise the graduation halfway.
It is before that we had that mentality.
It's
of
not a
let's
full
stay there, they
graduation. It
shine.
must be a half graduation.
That is why I said before you made up your mind to go into marriage. Anyway, the people a kind of blaming when it comes to this is that the people, the elderly ones that refuse to tell the younger ones. Even up to today, the elderly ones are not educating the younger ones what this marriage we are entering into, what exactly it is.
The truth is, nobody will teach anybody, and there is no manual for marriage. What works for A will not work for B. What works for B will not work for A. So my own philosophy about marriage is, when you enter and see what you are seeing there, know how to navigate your way around it. My dear, if it choke you, walk away. Because this death, for me, is one that should have been avoided.
And
now, everybody know they talk.
And people should always learn to open up in marriages. Don't keep things away, because those are the things that happen. I don't want people to know what is happening in my mind. At the end of the day, you die in silence.
Well,
if that guy had opened up, or the lady had opened up, something, they would have gotten a solution to.
Well, gone or that is happening in this situation, because there is no clear-cut story as to what exactly happened. So let's keep our fingers crossed and wait for what the result of the investigation will be. We are talking about violence. We are talking about killings. We are talking about taking laws into our hands. Let us look at this video. A man has been caught trying to run away with a stolen vehicle. I mean, is it because we are now in the ember months where everybody wants to make up money to go home and claim big boys and, Odogu Parana, as the popular slogan is? I don't see why a man of this age, I'm sure he has children, he has a wife, would steal a vehicle, and now he's being mocked by people on the road. When even the Nigerian Human Rights Commission has come up to condemn jungle justice, I have certain questions bothering me as pertaining this. Now this man has been caught. Why not take him to maybe the nearest police station or the nearest law enforcement offices so that justice can be served, rather than taking laws into their hands? And look at the way they are just beating him. If he dies, who will be held responsible?
It depends on the area where the crime was being committed.
No matter the area,
No, I'm just saying that you are enlightened.
Shouldn't be the way forward.
Lizzie, you are enlightened to say take the man to the nearest police station. What if it's in an area where you have those abokis, uneducated people? It will never come into their thoughts to take the man to. It's even lucky that they've not even burned him alive. I've seen a case where they burnt the person alive, and I don't know, they burnt the man. There was nothing left. It made them go like that.
Give the person hand before.
You can imagine the beating
before handling him or her.
Just imagine the beating now.
Is that the man should have thought about it before going on.
Sapa, maybe Sapa don't hold on well, so maybe he don't even think about the repercussion of his actions.
But if you watch these days, a lot of these thieves they catch around, they are mature people. Even the ones that go to the market to steal, they are mature people. They are no more kids, so I don't know what is happening. I don't know if it's as a result of frustration.
I was inside the vehicles years ago, when we are moving, no, not exactly inside vehicle, on the road. One keke man, one elderly man was just struggling, quarreling with the passenger, the boy. Asked him, sir, you did not make money when you were young. It's now that you're old that you've come to and be dragging the road with us. So what happened? During your youthful age,
some people might not have the opportunity.
But it's now, you didn't have the opportunity to take what belongs to other people during your youthful age. It's now that you are adult and elderly that you have the opportunity to take what belongs to others, and you think people will let you go just like that. Anyway, we pray that may God help them so that learned people will always come around anytime they will find themselves into such a situation.
Well, I believe that, like the Human Rights Commission, the security officers that we have in Nigeria, they cannot be everywhere, yes, but then I think more could be done, especially in areas that are prone to having this kind of jungle justice system being done. More eyes, more touchlight should be placed in these areas, especially during this festive period, so that we'll be able to curb this kind of things and give proper justice to offenders of the law. But Kai, it's such a pity that I can just imagine, imagine what his family members would be feeling right now. But well, it is what it is, right?
It is.
If you're just joining the program, this is Wahala Be Like on Click Ninja online channel. You can be a part of the conversation by telling us what you think about the stories we've shared so far of the dead army officer and the jungle justice that was carried out on this man that was caught running away with the car he stole. When you think Wahala has finished, you don't know that Wahala is just still tying wrapper and waiting for you in another corner. I'm telling you, still making up in another corner. There's a video making round on social media where we see a child of 4 years old having been rescued from school, where it is said that his teacher, who is supposed to have been his caregiver, locked him up in her office and left for home. Left the parents of the child worried, only to discover the child at about 10 p.m. after the close of work in his teacher's office. And I'm like, wow, where has our humanity gone to? What has happened to our conscience? And if you look at the teacher, it is obvious she's a mother. And even if she's not a mother, I am very sure she has children around her that look up to her.
With the level of evil we have in this world, not only Nigeria, in this world as a whole, a lot of people have sold their hearts to the devil. That when they are even doing, I'm going to say this emotionally because I see no reason, in short, even torturing a child is so painful, let alone locking that child in an office. I'm sure maybe there was no ventilation or something. Teaching is just like being a leader is an inborn thing. Teaching too is a passion. If you don't have passion for teaching, there is no way you can pass out knowledge. You understand? But now with the level of unemployment and what you have around, somebody can just pick up his or her result or certificate and tell you they want to go to a nearby school to teach. And the school in question will not want to do like an orientation, no orientation, nothing. They just put the person in class. These days, you go to some schools, you find some teachers using some awkward words on children. And for the ones that are sharp, that open up to their parents, will come home and tell you, this is what this teacher said. So I get to wonder, instead they no more train these teachers anymore, you just put them there. Whoever that woman has been, wherever she is, I don't know, because if she had done that kind of thing to my child, I don't know if she'll even be alive before I come.
Do you know I'm even more worried? Do you know I'm even more worried for this child, because from the interview when they were asking him, what is the name of this teacher? He said he didn't know. And I wouldn't want to believe that a 4-year-old child will tell you he doesn't know the name of the teacher. So there is more to this.
The child that we're living in fear.
And abuse, probably. But hey, like you said, Oma,
No,
you can do
no.
anything to me, but when you carry it on my children, excuse me. Even knowing fully well that the Nigerian Child Act has prohibited corporal punishment on children. Oma, we go drag am. Like, no, we go drag am. I'm not saying don't punish a child. There are ways you go about punishing a child, because you don't spare the rod and spoil the child. But then when it gets extreme, to the point of, because this is a psychological trauma that has been inflicted on this child, I mean, it's a no-no for me.
There is a difference between teaching and punishment. There's a way you teach a child. I did this, I flogged this child because I want to correct him or her. You know, that one is what the teacher did was wickedness, pure wickedness. That attitude violates the child's basic rights and dignity. It can cause emotional trauma, fear, and loss of trust in that child, you know. So that shows wickedness and frustration. Does it mean she didn't remember that she locked up a child?
She remember it is just wickedness
inside the classroom, or she just wants to wicked the child. Anyway, my people said, as one Igbo adage that said, "Ere foko, enwe ho abo ejefoya." As mushroom, if mushroom grow anywhere, there must be basket to use and pack the mushroom. So anyway, another thing, the first thing you should teach a child in any new class is the name of the teacher. You should know the name of your teacher. Even these the children in
that cannot even talk clearly.
They will tell you, my auntie's name is.
So you have an idea of the name.
If anything happens, you'll be able to say this or that. There are people start from there.
You see my fear now, right?
Yes, they start from there. What if the head of the school or the head of the person in charge of the school come out tomorrow now and say that person is not the teacher from that school? What will you say? Because the child doesn't know the name of the teacher.
But I don't want to believe that narrative.
And the school decides to defend the child, not to bring the teacher out. That means the case will just go like that before taking them into classroom.
Okay, so quickly, for the sake of knowledge, let me just read out a few lines from the Child Rights Act in Nigeria. It prohibits corporal punishment in schools by stating that no child should be subjected to physical, mental, or emotional injury, abuse, or degrading treatment, including corporal punishment. In the case of this child now, he has been abused mentally, and this means that hitting, slapping, kicking, or any other form of physical punishment is illegal. He who has ears, let him hear. I hope this helps them while they are trying to solve or sort out themselves in this situation they find themselves. We're gradually coming to the end of Wahala Be Like. And this last gist that I want to bring, is a gist of I don't even know how to categorize this story like this. It's a gist of telling me to do the right thing and you are found wanting in doing the wrong thing, while you punish me for not doing supposedly the right thing. Why am I saying this? I beg. Look at this road safety vehicle. We all know that road safety are officials that help keep our roads safe and make sure that our vehicles are in good shape, because all of them, they do the same work, whether VIO or road safety. All of them have jam-packed themselves to be doing the kind of work they don't want to focus on their state. Look at this bus, Bikono. A whole road safety bus doesn't have extinguisher, and the choice you're making me just funny right now, because imagine when I saw this video, laugh. I was like, God, they don't even. And then when they catch you and you don't have an extinguisher, you're on a booking straight. They book you straight, and then here they are. This one a breeze blow. Let me not continue the adage, but for those that know the ending, breeze blow, whatever it is, you understand. I mean, this is sad. As funny as it may seem or look, I think it's something we should cover our faces in shame for, because social media has gone. It's a platform where you don't know who has seen it, where it has gone to, and it's so bad. I don't know what you will think about this, but for me, it's a no. The right thing should also do the right thing. Now you can hear the man shouting, "I can't help you." I don't even know about this video.
Anyway, this is not all about road safety. This one is now for everybody. Before you advise anybody to do something, make sure you are doing the right thing. Hold this phone this way, and you come and drop your own, expecting me to be holding my own. So let's fix ourselves before fixing others. Do the right thing and let God handle the rest.
Just why you laughing like that?
My own is not even the car that was burning. It was the way the road safety guy was running around, 440 around the car, 360. I was just wondering, because you need to see the way these people are, the way they stop and harass you. You might even have the fire extinguisher. That will not be. They want to see the expiring date of that fire extinguisher. They want to see every single thing you have in your car. Whereas their own is there burning like one house that I don't know what the name is.
This thing may seem or look and no, we can do better. We need to do better. I think this should be a wake-up call for those in charge of procurement of vehicles and all. What about the world has gone past push and start now? It has gone past that. It should be a wake-up call for those, like I said, in charge. Let's fix our system. They say charity begins with you and I. The small responsibilities we have, what are we using it? What difference are we using it to make? At this juncture, we call it a wrap on today's edition of Wahala Be Like. Thank you very much, Leona Humareze and Choice Okosun, for bringing life into the program.
Thank you.
Before I go, I'll urge you to run to our social media handles, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Click Ninja, Facebook, Instagram, and X at Click Ninja 1, and let the conversation continue there. Let us know your thoughts about everything that we have discussed today. I want to say thank you to our producers, Abdullahi Dawuda and Justina Egie, under the supervision of Ehi Ohiani, for making this production worthwhile. My name is Elizabeth Ereke. Until I come your way next time, don't forget to continue this conversation in the comment section. It's bye for now.
Bye.